Hey, it's Kai here from Family Wheels with another car review for your growing family, and this is the 2019 Acura ILX A-Spec. It's the top level of 4 trims available, and it's been refreshed for 2019. It's a really nice little car, but the question is, as always, is it the right car for you and your family? We're going to run it through its paces. There's one area I've got a concern with, so we're definitely going to cover it off.
What?
Yeah, it's the Acura ILX from 2019 this week on Family Wheels. So the ILX is the baby of the Acura range. It's the smallest, it's the cheapest, and since it was introduced in 2012, it's had a couple of facelifts, and the most recent was this one in 2019. We'll get to more of that in just a second. In Canada, this car starts at $29,990, and in the States, it starts at $25,900. Of the 4 trim levels, this is the highest one. This is the A-Spec. Really nice car, and in Canada this starts at $35,390, and in the States that starts at $31,550. For 2019, everything from the windshield forward is all brand new. Main thing you're going to notice is the beautiful Acura grille, the diamond pentagon, which is in pretty much all their models now. Really nice grille. Brand new LED headlamps for this year as well. Sculpted front hood, which I really liked. And at the back there's some brand new tail lights as well. If you're looking at the ILX, you're probably also looking at things like the Audi A3 or the Mercedes A-Class. They both start slightly more expensive. But if you're looking for something pretty much on point with price and maybe lower as well, there's the Honda Civic Si or even the Honda Civic Touring. Main difference of those ones though is in the transmission and also the engine. We're going to get to that in just a second. But it's very comparative as well. And in fact, a lot of the ILX is based on the Honda Civic, so there's a lot of comparisons. Engine-wise though, it's all exactly the same on the ILX on all 4 trims. It is the 2.4 litre 4-cylinder engine putting out 201 horsepower, and it's strapped to an 8-speed automatic transmission. You got manual paddle shifts as well. Now the main difference I was saying against the Civic Si, the Si only comes in a 6-speed manual transmission, and if you go to the Touring or below, it's a CVT. So if you're going to have a preference of those, I would definitely take this. It doesn't have a turbo, this one, but I kind of like a bit more of an old school approach. You can hear it a bit. I like the sound of it a little bit better, and it certainly couples with this gearbox really well as well. What about gas mileage on this particular engine? Well, in Canada, this will get in the city 9.9 litres per 100. On the highway, it'll get around about 7, so combined that's 8.6 litres per 100 kilometres. And in the States, that converts to 24 for the city, 34 for the highway, for a combo of 28 miles per gallon. So pretty good fuel economy as well. It didn't get a top safety pick from the IHHS testing. There was something in the front headlamps. I think it was glare or something. It was only minor, but it still gets a very good safety rating as well. So nothing you really need to worry about. So numbers and facts and figures and everything, that's all well and good. But when you're buying a family car, there's the opinions of others you got to take care of as well. So does this car pass the kids' Pep Test? 3, 2, 1.
Let's go! That was so fast. Do it again, Daddy. Can I go super fast?
So remember at the start I said you should at least go for the second trim level called Premium, and here's a reason why. The base entry model of the ILX does not have the following things. It does not have an electric passenger seat. It does not have a preset driver's seat buttons, which is attached to the fob, which I really like. It does not have the automatic day-night mirror. It does not have the blind spot info system or cross-traffic monitoring or Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. But if you just go to the next level, Premium, you're going to get all that stuff, so why wouldn't you? Let's look at the rest of the interior. This is the A-Spec, so this is top of the line. Beautiful, comfortable seats. They're really nice. The interior, I definitely wouldn't put this in the category of luxury, but it's pretty good. There's lots of plastic throughout the trim. It's got gray gloss instead of black gloss, which is really nice because black gloss ends up getting really dirty. So just having the gray gloss on this trim is actually really nice. I really like having an old school pull emergency brake. That's nice. That's leather wrapped as well. In terms of the gear shift here, I found the distance moving from park to reverse to neutral and drive, there's got a longer distance between it. No biggie, but I just noticed that. And also the little button to shift the gears here, it was kind of weird. You pull up on this little latch, which is different to just pushing down The dash is quite nice. There's not too much information on here. It's the old style analog needles, which is kind of good. They sit out a little bit. Everything's easy to use, everything's easy to read. The infotainment system is something that I think needs upgrading, and it will. The Acura RDX actually has the infotainment system that is going to be rolled out through all the Acura range, and that can't happen fast enough with this. This has got the dual screen. So down the bottom here we have mostly the radio, and you've got your climate controls. There's also a lot of tactile buttons down the bottom here for your climate control, which is quite nice. You've got the heated seat buttons. I'd like a mid button for the heated seats. It's just got low or high, but for some reason, if I'm going to be really, really picky, some mornings I don't want low or high, I want medium. You know what I mean? The other thing with having the dual screen, the second one up the top, is that it's controlled with this little knob and dial and tactile buttons down here. So it's kind of weird to control it further down and below the second screen. So this knob controls the screen that's right up the top. Nice push button, start, stop, glows nice and red down the bottom there as well. Overall, the interior is quite nice here. I must say the seats are absolutely wonderful. The driver's seat does have lumbar support, but the passenger seat doesn't. But they're really nice, quite comfortable. I like the steering wheel too, actually. It's kind of a little bit smaller, but for some reason it feels a little bit racy and stuff. Other thing was ride level. It's a smaller car, it's a little bit lower. I'm 6 foot, and I did find if I didn't put my seat position all the way down, I often had to duck to look past the rear vision mirror to sort of look out in a certain direction. But that's no biggie. You can just go like this and go, put it down and problem solved. Good news is every trim level has Acura Watch, which has some really, really nice safety features. Every model has collision mitigation braking system, forward collision warning, lane departure warning, lane keeping assist, and road departure mitigation system. That's standard on all of the ILX models. Just on that comparison to the Civic Si again, the Civic Si does have Apple CarPlay, and it has Android Auto, and it has slightly more cargo volume as well. And just on that, that's very important for us here at Family Wheels. So how does the ILX go with our standardized trunk test? I thought it was going to struggle, but it actually passed no problem. It's got a good height to it in the trunk there, a bit of depth as well. So our standardized testing of a stroller, a soccer ball, 2 bags of groceries, camera bag, diaper bag, it wasn't a problem at all. The concern though, and this was my main concern with this car, the size in the interior. When I put the child seat in the rear position, it was really, really tight for the front passenger seat. I'm 6 foot, I don't spend a lot of time in the passenger seat, so it's not a problem. And granted, this is a pretty chunky kid seat. This is the Collect Flow. It's a bit bigger, but when I had it rear facing, it's really tight in the front. When I had it forward facing, it was still tight, so you might want to look at a less chunky child seat as well, or just let someone who's super short sit in the front. That was a concern for me, and it would definitely be very tight if I was in there all the time. What about the road test in the Acura ILX? It's a nice, nimble car for getting about town. With a 201 horsepower, 4-cylinder engine, you're not breaking any speed records, and you're not necessarily throwing yourself back in the seat. But you know what? It gets around town fine. I really like that it is a non-turbo. You get a bit better sound out of it sometimes. And also the 8-speed automatic transmission with the paddle shift was a bit of fun combined with it. So road test is great. It's not going to change your life. You're not going to be writing to your friends about you have to drive this car, but it does what it's set out to do. It handles well. This one, the A-Spec, has these nice 18-inch wheels, which provides a nice tight ride as well. So road test is fine. Now, the YouTube analytics of Family Wheels tells us that 90% of our viewers are male, but we all know you're not going to go out and purchase a brand new car without the input and the opinion of a significant other. So that brings us to a very important question. What does my wife think? Would you be able to decide on 2 things that you like about this car so far?
2 things I like. It looks nice.
It looks nice? Another thing you like about it?
I'm thinking.
All right, what don't you like about it?
I don't like that I have 0 legroom and I am not a tall person. I don't like how the sight lines, there's no really good sight lines. I feel really closed in.
Another thing you might like about it?
Oh, I also hate this because then I can't use the console at all.
Oh, because your arm can't fit there.
Can't fit there.
Mine does for me.
Well, yeah, because it's designed for the driver.
So there you have it, the 2019 Acura ILX A-Spec. Hopefully that review was useful to work out if it's the right car for you and your family. If it was, give the video a like, make a comment, and if you want to catch all our reviews when they come out, subscribe to Family Wheels right up here. Until next time, from Family Wheels, I'm Kai.
But